Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and another card making video. Today I'm going to be playing with digital stamps, a Valentine's kit box from Not Too Shabby, and showing you how to combine digital images in the Silhouette Design Studio. Now let's take a look at the Valentine box available from the Not Too Shabby shop. This is the Happy Together stamp set by Lusana Lowry. She also designed this Bouquet of Happiness stamp set. And then we have one more stamp set in the kit designed by Jamie Peters from Not Too Shabby, Sprinkled with Love. Now there's also a digital stamp set available of this set, and I used it in today's video to create this image where I combined two of the digital images to create one new image and did print and cut. I will show you how to do that in this video right after we look at the rest of this kit. There is some ephemera in this kit. So these are the die cut pieces. They are a little bit thinner than cardstock and they are gorgeous. All of them have some elements that look like they're sprinkled with glitter, so I love that. There's cupcakes and bows, different sized hearts, different colors of birds, and each ephemera pack might be a little bit different, but will still have a ton of pieces in it. So I am loving that. I did use some of those on my cards today. I even used some of these stickers. The stickers coordinate with the die cut pieces, smaller cupcakes, different sized bows, still some hearts, and just cute things. Now we have these lattes that have sentiments already printed on them. Every single one of my cups had a different sentiment on it, and I got 4 that were blank so I could add my own sentiment. This image is also available as a digital stamp. I'll link all this for you below so you can check it out. There is a coordinating sequin pack and a freebie sticker that is from that Sprinkled with Love stamp set. There is a die in the set. You might get a different one that says beautiful. And then we're looking right now at the My Sweet Valentine paper pack, 4 sheets per design, which is really cool because sometimes in paper there's a sheet or a print that you love so much you don't want to use it, but with 4 sheets of each you can feel free to go ahead and cut it, like this right here that looks like glitter paper. So amazing, right? And then there's a lot of images that coordinate with the ephemera packs, so that's cool. This is the frosted and tufted paper. Now I know for a fact this paper is sold out if you want to buy it individually, but it is still available if you buy the entire Valentine box as a kit. And the kit with all this stuff that I'm showing you is $60. And you get free shipping on any order that's $60 from the Not Too Shabby shop. So that's pretty cool. And you can see this paper has a tufted design, that look where it's almost like leather has been brought together with like a little brad. That is the tufted look on here. So they all have that. And then it's got sprinkles. It has the dripping chocolate look. And then the other side of the paper has like teeny tiny polka dots or teeny tiny hearts. There's a few solid patterns, just really cool. All right, let's move on to the Cameo Silhouette portion of today's video. I'm going to take one of the images from that Sprinkled with Love digital stamp set. I'm going to copy that. I just opened it up for my desktop and I'm going to paste it into my Silhouette Design Studio. Now I have my image here, but you can see it has a white background. I'm going to resize that to a more manageable size, and approximately the size I'm going to use for today's project. And then what I'm going to do is go over to my panel and click the little button that looks like a butterfly that's been traced. That's the trace panel. Once I click select trace area, it's going to give me this tool to select that. It'll turn it yellow, and then I'm going to click over here where it says trace and detach. So you can see it's traced that, and now I have that white background and a little bit of the black outline I can delete, and I've got my cupcake that's independent of that, and I can move it around very easily. I'm going to click send in the upper left hand corner and tell the Silhouette not to cut this out. I don't want that there yet. Next, I'm going to open another of those images that are from the Sprinkled with Love digital set. Again, I'm selecting it, copying it, and then I'll paste it onto my project. I'm going to move it over to the side so I don't accidentally interfere with the one I've already done. So again, what I want to do is come over and get the select trace area. It turns to a crosshatch, and then I drag that over the area I want to select and trace. I'm going to click trace and detach. So it's going to, sometimes this step takes a minute for the silhouette to trace it and detach it, and then I can just remove it from that white background. I'm going to select all of that and delete it because it did have some little black lines from the digital stamp. So you want to select all of it and delete it. I resize that, and now I'm going to have this cookie look like it's sitting next to the cupcake. I'm resizing that and also angling it how I want it to sit next to that cupcake. Next, I'm going to go to the send button, and again, tell the silhouette I don't want that to be cut out. And then I can group these two images together by right-clicking after selecting them both and clicking on group. Next, I'm going to come back to that trace tool and select the area I want to trace. I'm going to trace one of these as if it's one image, and I'm selecting trace outer edge this time. Once I've done that, I'm going to make sure I have that selected, that trace line selected, and I'm going to come over to the star that looks like it's been outlined, and that's the offset tool. I'm going to click offset, and then I'm going to adjust the line so it's closer to the image. So I'm adjusting it to 0.035 or 0.040. Those are the two sizes I use the most. All right, so I have that offset line. That's the line I want it to cut on. Now I accidentally deleted my image. If you do that, just click undo at the top. And now what I want to do is select that trace line and delete the trace line. We don't want that anymore. It's so close to my image that I do sometimes delete my image when I don't want to. I want to delete that trace line. You can always just click undo. So once I get that deleted, then I can zoom out again, and you'll see there's some areas inside the cupcake that are red. So I want to right click on my image and say release the compound path. That way I can come in and delete the red parts that I don't want, not my image, and those will not be an issue for cutting anymore. So again, you want to right click and push release compound path, and then you can individually select those red lines that are in the inside of the image and delete them. I'm going to regroup this back together, and then I can now adjust the size of these and move this image as one. And once I have it the size that I want, see there, I can move it around. I'm going to come up to my paper or page setup. I'm going to click to show the registration mark. So I'm going to click on, and that's going to show me the print, the lines that are going to print out so that the silhouette knows where to cut. Those are indication lines. Then I'm going to come over to the design page and select to show the print border and show the cut border. So because I'm printing and cutting, I need both, so I don't accidentally put my image outside of where it should be. I right clicked on that again, and then I clicked duplicate so I could go ahead and print and cut two of these. And once it's ready to go, then I'm going to come over to my top hand toolbar and click print. And that it will be printed out onto some lightweight cardstock that I buy in a ream from Walmart. After that's printed, I stick it to my silhouette mat and insert that into my silhouette. I'm adjusting my blade, and then I am ready to go. I'll click send, and that will go to my silhouette, and it will start cutting these images out for me. I thought that you might like to have a look at what that looks like. So this is greatly sped up, but it really only takes probably 30 seconds or so to do this. So first it reads those registration marks, and then it knows where those cupcake images are, and it will cut right around them. All right, and then here's what it looks like all cut out and ready to color. So for today's cards, I am making a mini slimline card, which is a piece of cardstock that started out as 6 by 6, and I folded it in half at 3 inches. I die cut one of the pattern pieces of paper to 2 7/8 by 5 7/8. I put a little temporary adhesive on the back of my image, and then I'm going to stick that on where I want it to be when I'm done. I knew I was going to have this hang off the card. That's how I designed it, to be very big so it would be halfway on the card like this. So I just trimmed away the part I didn't need, and because I used temporary adhesive, I can remove that and color, and I only have to color the part I want, which is important to me because I'm coloring such a big image. I'm starting out there with E25, my lightest marker, and then I'm coming in with E47, my darkest, and putting in that shadow. I'll blend that out with my midtone, which is E27, softening out that dark line, and then I'll come back in with E25 to blend the whole thing out. And now I have a chocolate cupcake. I'm going to do the same thing for my little sandwich cookie, making it a chocolate cookie. And it's a small image, so I actually started with my darkest, then I'm blending with my mid-tone, and then I'll finish it off with my lightest. And there is a filling on this cookie, so I just am taking care not to get my marker there. It looks kind of deceiving at first because the top cookie has a little bit of an edge, so just be careful about which part you're coloring and which part you're leaving white. All right, I am coloring out my frosting, so it's going to be pink and red. So I'm going to do all the pink parts first, starting with my lightest, RV21. Or R21, and then RV13 as my darkest. And then I'll blend that out. Oh, it is RV21. Yeah, I'll blend that out with my lightest color, and just a really quick and easy 2-color blend there. So I'll do every other line in the pink, and then I'll come back with my red. My lightest is R17, and then my darkest is R27. I actually end up bringing in a 3rd red marker, and you'll see that here in a little bit. So I'm just blending that out to be lighter towards the top. I did try this R20 as a lightest color here, and it just looked really gray. So I decided, never mind, we'll just stick with those two. So here's the other red that I added, the R39. So I had a pretty dark for my darkest color, a pretty dark color, and then blending that out with the R27 and then the R17. And for the cookie, I wanted it to kind of be, you know, when the frosting kind of bleeds from one color to the next. So I added the pink to the cookie as well, and I love how that turned out so much. All right, for my cupcake wrapper, I'm starting with B01 as my lightest color, and then I'll bring in my darkest, B04, and I'm just putting a really nice dark shadow around the edge of that cookie, and then just accenting the lines that are already there with that darkest color. And once I have that in place, I'll blend that out with B02, my mid-tone marker, and then I'll bring back that B01 to really blend that all out. And I just love this high contrast between the red and pink and the turquoise. I just love that for Valentine's Day. I think it's a really fun additional color to use in there, and this cupcake just looks so yummy. I love it. I will end up coloring the sprinkles red on the top layer, and then on the red layer I colored them turquoise. Here you can see all the markers I used. I did use that R20 even though I didn't like it. I left it in there so you can see. And then I'm bringing in my white gel pen because I colored over all the sprinkles on that cookie. So I'm just going to color them in real quick with my white gel pen and then add white accents to all the things. I really like to have the white highlight. I feel like it just brings everything to life there. So I'll do that all over. And on the sprinkles, as far as the little teeny tiny hearts, I did initially color them pink, and then I went in with my white gel pen, and then in the end I decided they just needed to be white, so I went over them with my white gel pen and filled in those tiny hearts with white. So you'll see that in the photographs at the end of this. All right, I'm gluing that back on now so it's close to the bottom. And then for the top, I'm going to bring in the Sprinkled with Love stamp set so I can heat emboss my sentiment on this turquoise paper so it will match the turquoise cupcake liner. And I'm sprinkling on some white embossing powder to my stamped image, and I'll heat set that to melt the powder. And it says, "To my sweet friend." Before I stick that down, I'm going to add a heart sticker. Then I'll glue down my sentiment and trim off the excess that hangs over the edge of the card. and it's going all the way from one edge of the card to the other. Then I'll add in my pink heart sticker. I think they're so cute. And then some of the embellishments from the kit will go in and around my sentiment. Now I wanted to make a second card with this same cupcake. You saw me make two, and so I thought it would be fun to make a Christmas version. I am in a little hop called the Crafty Christmas Club. We make a Christmas card on the 25th of every month in preparation for the coming holidays. Yes, I know it just barely ended, but we like to be prepared. So I thought I would make a Christmas card from all these same supplies, and it's going to be next, so you can check it out. I'll just show you the finished card because it's pretty much exactly the same as this one. And then I have links for you below to check out the next person on the hop. Actually, you're going to click over to my blog and hop along from my blog post. So here's my Christmas version. I did the red to pink on the frosting, and then a green cupcake liner, and I used the tuft paper that's just white and added a green sentiment to my sweet friend on the inside. Merry Christmas. So you tell me, does that look like a Christmas card to you? Because my daughter said it looked more like watermelon themed card. So it's up to you, folks. Let me know what you think below, and if you found this tutorial helpful as far as the Cameo Silhouette cut and print part, I would love to hear from you. I'll be back again very soon with another video. Happy stamping. Bye.